coming to you live from the corner of his kitchen in beautiful Southern California. We're all gonna be edging it out with your host, everyone's favorite unemployed NEET, Edgee!
Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing tonight? My name is Edgee. Welcome to Edging It Out, the one VTuber talk show where we do unspeakable things. If there's anybody out there who may not know me, please allow me to introduce myself. Like I said, my name is Edgee. I am a Babinico VTuber. I'm a terminally online NEET whose mind got sucked into the internet and became a sexy anime girl because all that I think about are sexy anime girls. How are you all doing tonight? I hope that everyone's well. I hope that you're taking care of yourselves and each other, drinking water and all that good shit that you need to do to stay alive. My guest tonight, I am so excited to announce this. I have been looking forward to tonight's show for the longest time, and you have no idea. You cannot imagine. My guest tonight is the one, the only, the unique, the incredible Josie McFly. So why don't we give her a good old cow welcome right about now. Let's go talk to Josie right now. Oh my god, there she is.
Moo.
How are you, Josie? Thank you so much for being here tonight.
I am so glad that we got to reschedule this because, as you know, we had some technical difficulties last time.
We did.
My stream laptop completely stopped working altogether. So now we're back with a proper setup, and it's so great that we were able to reschedule this.
Yeah, we're back with a vengeance, and thank you genuinely so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for doing this tonight. Thank you so much for dedicating, putting aside some time. I know that you have a very busy schedule.
I do.
but thank you so much, truly, for doing this tonight. It looks like chat's really excited to have you here too.
Yeah, I see lots of people from the cow community in here.
Yeah, welcome everybody. I'm so glad to have you. Before we get started, I do have I guess a question to ask you that's not part of like the questionnaire that I gave you to preview.
Sure.
Why did you bring that clown with you?
What clown?
There's a clown sitting behind you.
Oh, that is creepy.
That wasn't there when the show began, so why did you bring that?
Well, enemy stand users, sometimes stand users are drawn to each other, so we gotta ward them off in creative ways.
A stand user, or is it a stand itself?
Well, the clown is perhaps an enemy stand.
Oh no! Oh, we need to get it out of here. Chat, please, please tell the clown to get out of here. I don't want it in here. It's an uninvited guest. You know, I always check the studio every single day before and after the show just to make sure that everything's good. And that clown, sure as hell, was not there. Leap clown. Oh, thank you so much. Let's get that clown out of here. There we go. No more enemy stands. We're good now. Yeah. God, that was scary. How did it worm its way into the studio? Oh my god, my heart was racing.
Well, as I say, stand users are drawn to one another, so.
Yeah, for real. Okay, let's see here. All right, well, now that we got that enemy stand out of the way, we can properly begin the show. So let's do that. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds great.
Have you done any VTuber interviews before?
Just one.
Just one?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I can't believe
I'm honestly not sure if it was posted. Maybe it was.
Oh, wow.
I lose track of these things.
All right.
But some people sit on them. Some people record it like a year in advance and post it a year later. And it's like, oh, well, it feels very outdated now.
Ah, yeah. It is like that sometimes. Okay. Well,
it'd be like that.
That's true. Well, this one's going to get posted to YouTube this upcoming Friday. So we're not going to be sitting on this one. We're not going to be sitting on this one for too long. Okay, so let's see. So here we go. This is the introduction segment. All right. Are you ready for this, Josie?
Yes.
Dearest
maybe.
Josie. We're about to find out. We're gonna find out on Edging It Out, you know? Okay, so this is the introduction segment. Dearest most beloved Josie, why don't you tell us about you and your lore?
So, I am, to put it quite simply, a time-traveling cow. Technically, I am able to time travel thanks to my stand, the power of love.
Nice.
And, I love just hanging out with the other cows in the meadow.
Nice.
I'm also an intergalactic cow.
Oh, okay. Kind of like that one Beastie Boys song, Intergalactic, Planetary, Intergalactic. God, I love that song so much.
And mostly I'm fueled by coffee.
All right. Okay. What kind of coffee do you like best? I mean, I know that answer. If anybody here knows you, they know that answer. But for those, please humor us. For those of you that don't know, what is your kind of coffee? Your favorite kind of coffee?
Iced Mexican mocha.
There you go. Nice. I haven't had one of those in a while.
All that time and space travel wears a cow out. You gotta stay caffeinated.
Oh, I can imagine. Okay. Anything else that we need to know about you and or your lore?
Oh, cats. Take care of lots of cats.
How many?
Currently, 5 that are here. And then there are like 8 total that I take care of.
Oh, nice. That's actually kind of insane.
We love our strays.
Okay, well, thank you for your service. That's very, very noble of you.
Well, they're so cute. How can you help it? Even when they're badly behaved, which has been happening lately.
Yeah. My partner and I have a cat, and anytime that she misbehaves, we're like, "You're lucky, you're so cute."
Do you know about orange cat energy?
Yes. Back when we used to live at my partner's parents' house, they had an orange cat too. But that was like their parents' cat. But yeah, he always... Yeah,
especially orange male cats, they just have a very specific demeanor.
Yes, that's what it was.
The brightest, but they're very charming.
I agree. I fully agree. That's so true. We actually went to visit their parents yesterday, and the orange cat, which is a boy cat too, by the way, was just like hanging out like on my lap the whole entire night.
I heard 80% of orange cats are male.
Oh, well, that explains so much.
I call them pumpkin spice cats. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That explains so much, actually.
So if you find a female one, it's actually kind of semi-rare.
Oh, wow.
Whereas calicos and torties are pretty much always female. It's if you ever have a male calico or a male tortie, it's like a genetic mutation.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, the one that we have right now is a girl calico. Yeah, she's very pretty, and we love her a lot. She's our little princess.
Aww.
Yeah, her name is Moxie, and I've been you already know this, but I've been playing the latest Monster Hunter game that came out, and I made my little cat companion look like her.
Aww. I feel like they kind of look like Sylar.
Sylar would be one of your cats?
Yeah, the tabby and white. He's like the oldest one, and he's not always the best behaved either, because he has reached the point where he's just like, I'm old, I can do what I want.
Oh,
especially when it comes to food. He won't even ask. He'll just
do it.
Food.
Like Nike, so do it.
If Casey's eating Subway or something, he will just come up and just try to take a bite. He won't even beg for it.
Oh my god. That's insane. But yeah, some are like that. Okay, let's see. Let's move on to the next question. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, so this should be a juicy one right here. Dearest Josie on the wall, who's the prettiest one of all? No, that's not it. Why, Josie, why did you decide to become a VTuber? What is your origin story that's not part of your lore?
Yeah, so it was something that made a lot of sense to me as like a natural progression. So I originally didn't even think that I could become a streamer, because in my mind, streamers were, it's kind of like if you'd watch YouTubers or something, they're people who are very charismatic, very outgoing, a lot of times very funny. And I just thought, well, I'm not really that type of person. Like, I couldn't be entertaining on a stream, but I tried it out just experimentally because my character, so I'm a voice actor in real life. For anyone who doesn't know, anyone in my community is going to know that.
Yeah.
But I was in a game called Genshin Impact, which is a really cool game, really popular, and I of course wanted to pull for my characters. So I was like, well,
who's your character, by the way?
Again.
Just so everyone knows.
Kuki Shinobu.
There you go. There it is.
So it's Shayesbu today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to pull for my character, and I thought, okay, I'll do a special stream for this particular thing. I never have to do it again if it doesn't go well, right?
Yeah.
And my roommate, the imp, who many of you know, is like already experienced in streaming, and so I just said like, what do I do? How do I set this up? And
right.
It was kind of like one of those situations where, well, if you don't want to invest in a lot of stuff right off the bat, like a capture card and all that kind of stuff, and I didn't even have like a streaming computer because I'm a Mac user, so I couldn't. So it was one of those, like, I literally, my first streams, and some of you who are in the community for a long time will remember this, but I literally had to stream directly from the PS4, and it was just like the built-in like connect with Twitch thing, and
real ones
video
remember
and
those
audio
streams.
quality horrible. Yeah. It was just like, so it's the most bare bones thing you can have, and I do appreciate that there is that option, because it means it's accessible to people to do a stream who are like, well, I can't just suddenly go out and spend like $1,000 on a computer and try to get all the stuff I need. It's like, it's just right there. But so I did the stream, and I was like, okay, I'll do one more, because I wanted to pull for my husbando, Arataki Ito.
Oh yeah.
And it just kind of like stuck with me as something I wanted to do. And so eventually I got a computer for streaming, like a proper computer, and I think you gave me my first capture card.
Oh yeah, I did. Your first and second.
Yeah. Just always coming in clutch with that. So and then it was thanks to you, of course, that the whole VTuber thing even happened, because as someone who's like not comfortable at all being on camera or anything like that, I wanted to have some kind of visual component, because just having my game screen and nothing else, I feel like it's like what differentiates me from all the other Genshin Impact streamers who are out there,
it's a little too bland.
Aside from the fact that like, oh, I'm a voice actor in the game or whatever, but I feel like people want to feel like they're connecting with a person, like they're engaging with somebody, whether that's like IRL person or VTuber. And so I knew I wanted to do a VTuber, but I was always told like the live 2D models, it's like, oh, you got to budget $2,000 to $3,000, and that's not, I had barely hit Twitch affiliate. I'm like, I'm not really making anything off my channel. Like I can't do this. So, but thankfully you introduced me to the V-Roid Studio, I think it was.
Yeah, it's V-Roid Studio.
I remember getting on a call with you and Steph, who's in the chat as well. And we literally just like, yep.
Thank you for your service, Steph, truly.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
And we just kind of went through and we were like, what color do you want your hair to be? What clothes do you want to have,
Yeah. And
Steph also did all those cute emotes for my channel that you see in there.
You know what? Guess what? She also did my emotes for my channel.
Yay!
Yay! Once again, Steph, thank you. Thank you so much for your service. Thank you for doing God's work, truly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, I do, believe it or not, I remember doing that, I think. No, I'm just kidding. Of course I do. Yeah. And thank you for letting me do that for you, because it was really fun.
Yeah, and it was a lot of troubleshooting and stuff like that. And of course, maybe someday, if I'm ever able to have my channel take off, I'd love to get one of those super fancy live 2D models. But right now, it's just like not, especially because I'm on semi-hiatus, it's not really in the cards for me right at this moment.
Yeah, it's, I mean, hopefully, the fingers crossed, never say never type of stuff.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things where, because I have read some discourse, because Twitter just puts VTuber discourse on my feed for whatever reason.
Yeah, God.
With a lot of people saying that it's easy for new VTubers to spend so much on their setup and their model and everything like that. But the thing is, it's like, if you're not really focused on your content, people aren't going to stay just because your model's pretty or your setup's fancy.
Right.
You know, it's like you kind of have to focus on building your community. And even if that has to start small, as we did, just kind of getting that, because I mean, you know, streamers like nothing without our community or community in this case.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. Oh, speaking of V-Ray models, I just realized I've been using the wrong one for the talk show. Because guess what?
Oh, no.
I have I like to make a lot of outfits for my model, and I actually have a talk show outfit. Believe it or not.
Oh.
And let me show it to you. Let me show it to you.
I just assumed you were going with the intergalactic theme here.
No, there you go. This is my talk show outfit. This is my interview outfit.
Okay.
Yeah, this right here. This is it. Yeah, for my regular streams, it is, you're absolutely correct. It is the intergalactic star outfit. But for talk show streams, we gotta get a little bit fancy. That's why I put on the fake glasses and the tie.
Right.
You know, gotta.
I'm just all cow every day.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with all cow 24/7. When people say, "Where's the beef?" you can be like, "Right here, baby." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotta beef up the stream because the stakes are high.
Oh, that's so perfect. That was like a fucking a 2-hit combo right there. That was insane. Oh, she still keeps them coming, you guys. Insane. How do you do it?
I'm glad you found it moving.
Oh my god, it will not stop. It's
utterly appreciated.
we opened the floodgates, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a very good gimmick. I'm glad that like you had those on deck. You were like ready to pull this out.
Hey, I mean, no bull.
The time is cow. Yeah. Fun fact: I also helped come up with that.
Yes, that is our catchphrase.
Yeah, catchphrase slash hashtag kinda sorta. These cow punts are bovine.
Yes.
Good shit.
I hatched a shiny Bouffalant today for GoFest, and I was having a bad day, and so hatching that shiny bovine just made me so happy.
Oh, nice. I'm glad that you had that going on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad. I'm very happy.
Oh, so cute. Now I need a shiny Miltank and a shiny Tauros.
Oh, nice. I think I might have a shiny Tauros. I need to double check. There was one time when I was playing a lot of Pokemon Go, and well, you know what? We'll save it for later because that's gonna be
true. Yeah.
the topic of the night. But we'll get there. Sure enough, we'll get there. Okay. So that was honestly a very insightful trip through memory lane about your VTuber journey. So thank you so much for telling us about that. Okay, so next question. I know that you said that you have been on hiatus. But back when you weren't on hiatus, what was your main thing that you enjoyed streaming?
So our community started with Genshin Impact, obviously, and a big core of our community, I feel like, is or was like doing co-op in Genshin. So we would have like our things that we would do, like obviously team up to beat weekly bosses. So we'd have what we'd call the weekly child beating with child with an E, the boss.
Yeah. Don't get it twisted.
I do a lot of cons with Griffin Burns, who's the English voice of that character, and I literally told him about that once or twice.
What did he think about it?
Oh, he thought it was funny. I mean, he brings like a big inflatable one to cons, like one of those car dealership things.
Oh, like the wacky inflatable floating arm tube man?
I forget what they're actually called, but yeah, he has one of those.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool.
And then my chat wanted me to play Honkai Star Rail, and that's actually the game that I'm addicted to now. So I've been playing that a lot. I want to try to find some kind of work around like like doing my pulls on Discord when I'm skipping the current banners, but when they do that, it's like Sparkle, Luocha, and Blade, and I'm like, oh no, I want all those characters. So I'm gonna save up.
Oh, okay, nice. That you can do that, and that I can catch some of that too.
But I'm gonna have to get creative with stuff in the meantime. I do want to come back really soon. I've actually been meaning to, because there's like, for background, I'm like super restricted on what I can stream because there's this strike that's been going on for like 7 months, and it affects like, anything that's considered like promotion. So unfortunately, it doesn't affect like regular streamers. But if you're an actor and you are streaming certain things that you worked on, then it's considered promotion, which is in violation. So it's like,
I see.
It's a whole thing. So I have to, but I can stream stuff with like no voices or like stuff that I didn't work on. So that's what I want to do. Or like there's certain things that we're allowed to stream because of like a contract they're on. So I can actually stream Guilty Gear. So I want to do that because that was one of my dream projects. And I kind of want to do like to get the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Oh,
so I actually like to do that and stream it at some point.
Right.
And then I still see one Tony Hawk's Pro Skater stream. We're actually doing a con with Tony Hawk in April. So.
Oh, wow. Where is it?
Arizona. It's called Game On Expo.
Oh,
and Tony Hawk is their headliner guest. So.
Nice. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that y'all can meet him and get autographs or something signed.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Knowing Casey, that's definitely gonna happen.
That's their thing. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Moving on to the next question. What are your plans for the future? Whether that's the near future or the far future regarding
future.
The future.
Time traveler.
Yeah.
The future is cow. So I want to do some more collabs with people. I'm a part of Team Moo Moo Milk, which is all cow tubers, and I think it would be really fun to just get some more cows together and figure out something to do. I revamped my layout a little bit, which I haven't debuted yet, but next stream, which I don't know when that's gonna be. I'm like, I keep being like, I'm gonna do it today, and then something comes up. Yeah, but hopefully that will be ready to go. I mean, I know this is really silly, but honestly, one of my biggest goals as a VTuber is someday I want to do like a convention as a VTuber.
Oh, like Off-Guy Expo?
Like a virtual meet and greet. Yeah, like the people that, because I actually have gone to see some other, or like I've seen the booths at other cons and stuff.
Yeah.
And the tricky thing about that is usually in order to do like a con meet and greet, you have to have management, and it's kind of harder to do as an independent VTuber. So I talked to a couple other people who did it, and they were like, yeah, I had to like get management, and that's a whole thing, because like if you sign with that, like you are expected to like push out a certain number of content and meet certain activity requirements. So
oh man,
at this point in time, I kind of was like, I don't think that I can do that because my regular job and travel schedule keeps me really busy.
Right.
But I would love it if someday there was like an option for independent VTubers to do that.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize that there would be like so many stipulations to that.
Yeah, which, I mean, it makes sense because it's just like if you're getting an agent for acting or whatever, like they want to make sure that you can actually make them money if they take you on. So they want people who are really active in creating content, really dedicated to creating content. And, you know, unfortunately, there's just so much going on IRL that it's hard for me to do that. But
right.
I mean, I know there's one VTuber who straight up made her own setup so she can do like con stuff. Like she literally like hired her friend to wheel her around the convention center and like put the whole thing together herself. So if you have like a lot of funds, you can maybe do that. But I don't think it's on the table now. So I hope that maybe someday that will be a possibility. Even just like I hear about panels, like virtual panels, I think that would be so fun.
Yeah. The things that you can do with technology these days, it's crazy, honestly. But like really, like in a really cool way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, let's see now. Let's see. So, oh geez. What's going on here? Oh, okay, there we go.
Sorry, just the request that.
Oh yeah, you're good. You're good. Okay.
So is that better?
Oh, that's a lot better. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So let's see for the. All right. So normally, dear Josie, this would be the part where the introductory segment ends. This would be the part where it's over. That question that I asked you would normally be the last question. But here's the thing. All right, Josie. I fucking lied to you, Josie. I tricked you. There's one more. There's one more
Could this
question.
Be the an enemy stand?
It might be. Oh, look, hang on. Oh, look, the clown came back. Oh, it was an enemy stand all along.
I was like, it's gonna clown on us. I was just waiting for it.
So there's one more question, and that question is, dearest Josie, do a pitch right now. Why should people watch you?
Because we have a lot of fun in our community. I will admit I'm not the most entertaining streamer. Like, that's okay. But I think so much of what makes a stream is the chat, right? So, and despite the fact, like a testament to how amazing our community is, despite the fact that I've had to be on a hiatus for 7 months, our Discord is still so active, right? Like, people are posting cat pictures and cow pictures and Garfield memes and doing co-op with each other. I mean, sometimes I will just be on Discord on my phone, like, late at night, and I'll be at a con or something, and I'll see people are in the chat doing co-op, and that just warms my heart.
Oh, that's generally very beautiful.
Yeah, so I really do think that that's kind of a big part of what makes a stream good, is like the kind of people that you hang out with. Like, who do you want to spend your, there's a lot of streamers you can spend your Friday night or whatever it is with, but you want to go somewhere where you feel welcome and have a good time and can take your mind off things. And I feel like my chat is that way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I fully agree. You do have a very good and lovely community. So shout out to that community, especially.
Yep, Allah says I love our co-op squad. huge shout out to Allah for really taking the reins on kind of organizing that, and often being in there herding cats or cows, if you will.
Yeah, shout out to all the
squad.
Yeah, shout out to all the community members that we have in chat right now. Mm-hmm. This one goes out to y'all. All right, that was the last thing. That's actually the last question for the intro segment. But I hope you understand, Josie, that when you're live, you need to be ready for anything. I Josie.
Agree.
All right?
The clown was a curveball. I'll take it.
All right, and the clown is gone right now. We're done with the clown.
Be gone, enemy stand.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the part where you, the audience, you, dear viewers, you have a chance to interact with our dear guest right here, right now. This is the audience interaction part of the show that consists of Josie takes 3 questions from the audience, but she gets to she picks which ones she answers. All right.
I mean, theoretically, they could ask you questions too if they want, right?
I mean, I guess no one has ever brought that up before. Actually, you're the first person to say that. But I guess if they wanted to, they could. But we will be taking 3 questions for Josie. So go ahead and start typing, and Josie, you get to decide which questions you get to answer.
Yay! Also wanted to give a shout out to some of our regular viewers and community members in the chat. Of course, we mentioned Steph and Allah, but I also see Icepick, NSM, and Square in chat. So good to see you all.
Let's see. Oh,
and maybe some more people lurking. I don't know.
I should have cleared this out with you like before the show. Will you be taking voice acting related questions, or are we staying with only VTuber stuff?
No, I mean it's whatever. Like,
okay,
we're just chilling here, so
I'm
open to that.
Gotcha. All right. So in that case, we seem to have gotten one question. It's up to you if you want to answer that one or wait for another one to come in.
I mean, I'll answer that because it takes 2 seconds. It's really funny because I get asked this all the time at conventions, and everyone, a lot of people give this little speech about it. They're like, I know it must be so hard to decide. It's like choosing a favorite child. I know you probably just don't have one. And I'm like, Jolene.
Yeah.
Like, hands down, Jolene.
Oh, just straight up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So it always, I think, surprises people because, they expect it to be this hard thing to decide. I'm just like, Jolene.
Yeah. Do you remember how you, and I'm not saying this to brag, but do you remember how you got into JoJo?
Yes. How could I forget? It was like 2013. And you told me that I should check out JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And I remember thinking, like, I don't know, wasn't it like this show about muscular men beating each other up? Like, I don't know if that's really my thing. And you convinced me to just watch a few episodes, and wow, I just started getting more and more into it. And then at the time, part 3 hadn't even been animated yet. Like, I think maybe they had a couple episodes.
Not even part 1. It was I think I got you to read the manga before. I think the OVA of part 3 was out, but I don't know if the show was actually out. Was it?
I do remember parts 1 and 2 had been animated, and I think part 3 was like on its way
when
we first got into it. But then I read the manga from there, and when I started reading part 4, and I like to tell this story on JoJo panels because I'm like, if this makes me feel old, but if there's any like other older people in the JoJo fandom who remember this, so the only way to read part 4 in English back then was an infamous translation called the Duwang translation.
Duwang, yeah. Oh.
And it was basically like it was a student project, from my understanding.
What a beautiful Duwang.
Yeah, it was like taking the manga had been translated from Japanese into Chinese, and then they were doing like an English project translating it into English, and there was a lot of like gems in there that became a meme. Like there's just so many. Gives me
a feeling so complicated.
Yeah, get a feeling so complicated.
Yeah, and then I think my favorite one is the panel where Okuyasu is saying I feel you. Your feelings I understand. Yes, I feel you deeply.
Yeah. And there was also one that said, the rain sound like Jusuke. Not even Josuke, just Jusuke.
Oh, man. That's actually insane. And then the Abash,
yeah. And then I got a JoJo tattoo in 2014. So that's how hard and fast I fell for that series.
Of what?
Of the Joestar birthmark.
I want one of those. Yours is pink, right?
Yeah, because I remember at the time I proposed like our whole group getting them.
Yeah.
And I was the only one who wanted to commit to that because I was like, well, the thing about it too, it's not like a weeb tattoo if you don't know what it is. You know, it just looks cool. And I had even thought when I was like a lot younger, if I ever get a tattoo someday, it's going to be a pink star because that's always been like my favorite color and favorite shape. So a lot of people assume it's because of JoJo or this or that. It's like, no, that was already like my thing. And so it was just kind of destiny. Like destiny is a huge theme in JoJo. Anyone who is into the series are going to know it's like shaping your destiny, shaping your fate. And I like to think getting cast as Jolene because it was something that like for years, I feel like I was like playing the long game of chess, right? With trying to book that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just to be clear, I still want to get that done sometime. It's just an expensive thing to do, and I'm
for sure, yeah.
I'm
tattoos
like
are
broke.
Expensive.
I'm broke like 95% of the year. So
valid in this economy. Like I bought eggs the other day, and I felt like I was living the high life
because
I'd avoid getting eggs for so long, and then I felt pressured I was like, I bought eggs. I cannot let them go to waste. So I made
exactly.
tamagoyaki last night.
Nice. Good shit. But I also like really, I mean, you can already tell, but I also really love the star motif, as you can tell by the shit on my hair and like on my other, my space outfit and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm just very extra. Like my whole aesthetic is like pink and stars and glitter. So like my convention banners, all that kind of stuff is just that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's because we got excellent taste is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But it's funny, I often don't have pink hair in real life. It's usually like blue or orange or something like that. I don't know, like I like pink hair, like I wear pink wigs a lot, but for some reason I just feel like when I have had my actual hair pink, it goes to looking bad pretty quickly, especially when it starts growing out. So
damn, I can't believe you just admitted to having blue hair and pronouns. That's insane.
Yup, literally.
All right. We have gotten a few more questions. Do you want to scroll through chat and see if you want to answer any of those?
Yeah. Do I need to only pick 3 total, or can I pick a few more?
3 total. I'm sorry to say.
3 total.
Yeah,
okay.
because as fun as it is doing this, we're just here for like an hour and a half.
Fair. So Eternal North asks, you playing any games on your off time? So yes, primarily there's like 3 games that I'm really addicted to right now. So of course there is Pokemon Go, which I do the raid hour every Wednesday. We'll like talk about that more later.
Yes, we will.
There is another mobile game I play called Love Nikki Dress Up Queen that I've been playing since like 2018.
Oh, you actually started playing it? Oh, wait, since then? I didn't realize it's been going on since that far back.
I think you're thinking of Infinity Nikki, which I actually haven't tried yet. That is something I want to try on my streams. So,
okay, so I was getting my wires crossed. All right, I understand now.
So it's the same like
the same developer,
main character and same universe. I think so.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
But it's like it's in the Love Nikki universe essentially.
Gotcha.
And it's technically like I guess a gacha game, but I feel like the gacha element is a lot less of the focus. Like there's a lot of like it's just a really chill thing to do your dailies.
Right.
And there is a lot of paid content and microtransactions, but I feel like, they have some things where it is like the gacha, like RNG, but there's a lot of things in that game where you just pay for the content you want.
Right.
So I do kind of like that because then I know, like, okay, if I'm spending, $20 on this particular outfit, I know I'm actually going to get it and not just have a chance at getting it. So,
oh, I see.
Yeah, so I have spent a lot of money on the game over the years, but I do feel like, okay, well, at least I'm mostly buying the content I want. It's not like as gambling heavy.
Right.
And then of course and this one is very gambling heavy, Honkai Star Rail.
Ah, yeah. Yeah,
ironically, that is like the one of the 3 Hoyoverse games that I'm not in. But
that's the one that you go the hardest in?
Yeah, like I have been like, I don't know, because I went really hard on Genshin for a really long time, and then I just kind of got burned out with the big drop for Natlan, and it's not that I didn't like the characters or didn't like the story or the region. It was just that it became like so overwhelming because I was trying to keep up with Star Rail and Zenless at the same time, and it was just like so much to do and so many quests. I'm like, I'm never gonna finish all these. I'm never gonna. So at some point, especially if the strike ends and streaming restrictions are lifted, I do want to go back and like actually make some progress on that. But I just haven't been able to like do it on my own time without being able to stream it. Like I haven't had the motivation. But Star Rail, and I feel like with any of these games, if you stop playing even for like a month or 2, you just get lost so easily because there's like, oh, here's new mechanics, here's a new region, here's all this new stuff, all these limited time events. Better make sure you do all of it, and you just feel so lost because you're like,
that's how they get you. It's the fucking FOMO,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But okay, Steph, I'm glad it's not just me. Like, I feel bad because I'm like, I used to spend just hours and hours just like wandering the overworld in Genshin and like trying to find all the treasure chests and trying to find all the oculi. I was so big on like, the completionist stuff with that. And I did spend a lot of money on that game too. I mean, mostly like on streams and stuff, but
right.
I don't know. I want to go back to it, but it's just kind of like I don't know. I need to like be on a stream and actually like sit down and do it. And right now, I feel like all the Hoyo games in general, they do take a lot of like time, and that's part of why. Because everyone's like, why don't you just stream something else? And it's like, well, partly because I still want to play these games and do my dailies, but it takes up so much time that it's hard to be like, hey, let me play or start or play this whole other game on top of it. I don't know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if it makes it feel any better, that's like a constant thing that I've been hearing like all across the board from people that I know that also play Genshin, because people, what was the latest expansion or area or whatever called?
Natlin?
Yeah, that one. I heard like a ton of people like just also got burnt out like around that time.
Yeah, and it's like, it's hard to articulate why. I mean, I've even seen like threads on this and stuff, because it wasn't like, oh, but I think it was just like, there's too much new stuff, new mechanics, like some of the stuff just didn't feel like the same game anymore, if that makes sense. Like it felt, it just really felt like it was so, I don't know, like there was a lot of charm in like Inazuma. So Inazuma is my favorite region, and I'm not just saying that because Shinobu is from there, but yeah, no, I just really like the aesthetic and like everything about it, and like the lore, and like the cat island. I would always go to the cat island. I don't know. So I do appreciate that they make every region very different. It just and I was kind of feeling like that with Fontaine too. Like I was like, okay, I get what we're doing with Fontaine, but the underwater stuff burned me out a little bit. I was just like, oh, I don't want to do any more underwater exploration.
That's so fair and valid, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, from I don't know, maybe from a standpoint of somebody who like doesn't really play those games, I feel like the parent company MiHoYo might be shooting themselves in the foot a little bit, because they got 3 games going on right now, and it's like, if you really want to go hard at it, then you kind of have to it's already like hard enough to go back and forth between like 2 games, but like having people go back and forth between 3 games, and then doing like the limited time events and the banners and all that stuff, it's like, I don't think that most people are gonna have time for that, and sooner or later they're either gonna move on to the new thing or stay with the one that they prefer the most. So it's,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised that things like this are happening and becoming more common every time that, you know, something like this occurs. But oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it feels weird when you invest so much time into a game, because this happened with like other mobile games I played in the past and stuff, where then one day you're just like, okay, I'm done. I don't feel like opening this. And because I used to play Love Live School Idol Festival,
yeah,
which is like a rhythm game, but that's also a gacha. And eventually I just like was done.
Yeah.
And it felt kind of sad. And then when the end of service announcement happened, I long stopped playing by that point, but it felt weird because I'm like, man, I invested a lot of time and money into this game.
Yeah, that's unfortunately how it is with live service games. I'm sorry to say.
No, I absolutely respect that, Ala. That makes total sense.
Oh yeah, even Ala like agrees. Yeah, she's saying basically that. Yeah, what I was saying earlier about, you know, having to like when you need to grind for something, you need to like devote your time for like to that one game instead of like trying to like pick between like all 3 of them.
Right, and I especially feel like I need to grind in Star Rail because the banners are coming up with so many characters I want, and because I'm so like focused on the end game stuff in Star Rail, so like Apocalyptic Shadow and Pure Fiction, and what's the other one, like I forget, but there's like 3 things that you have to do, and they reset every so often, and you really need solid teams for that. And the metagame, of course, keeps changing. So like, I ended up getting the Herta, for example, because it's like, oh, Erudition is the current metagame, and it's a lot of ice, and I only had Jinglu, who's not really like used that much in the current metagame. So I was like, okay, I just gotta pull for her, and I'm glad I did. But then it's like, okay, and I was just talking about this to his voice actor because I directed him on a different project actually.
Oh, okay.
But, to Dan Hung, so I got the Imbibitor Lune, like the really cool dragon version of him. But then it's like, oh, he's really, really hungry for skill points. So you gotta get Sparkle to use with him. And I didn't have Sparkle because whenever she's rerun, there was like some character I wanted more. So finally she's coming back. So she's gonna be my priority because I'm like, I basically can't run Imbibitor Lune Dan Hung without Sparkle because he's just gonna eat up all the skill points for the team. And then it's like, whoops, you wanna heal? Whoops, you wanna boost your character's damage? Well, too bad.
Oh God. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough out there. It's rough out there. I'm sorry to say. All right, let's see. Oh, that was barely the second question. Was
that 3? I feel like that was 3.
No, that was the second one. That was the second one.
Really?
We derailed a little bit, but that's okay because I told you that's what we're here for. We're here to yap. And we're doing a great job at it. Let me tell you.
There were different interesting questions, so it's really hard for me to just pick one more. But I do think this is an interesting topic that Eliza404 brought up. Do you find it weird or annoying to hear yourself in games? Because I think this is a really interesting question. And I know people have asked Casey about this on their streams too. Hang on, I'm trying to fix my video quality 1 second because it looks good on my water doll and it does not look good on here.
So yeah, it would be the settings would be changed on the video site.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So what is it, like 720 by 1080?
Something like that, yeah. Try that.
I think. I don't know if there's any difference.
Looks a little bit better, I think. Slightly better.
Because it still says 640 by 480, and I don't know. Okay.
Well, wouldn't be a VTuber stream without any scuff.
Change. Yeah. Because I'm just like, I see on here how pixelated it looks, and I'm like, why? How do I fix that?
Even when you up the quality to like a higher thing?
Yeah, because it's listed on high, and it still says 640 by 480.
That's weird. I wonder why it's doing that. That's not good. It's freaking. It changes the quality when you change the, when you go between like smooth balance and high quality. Like it also changes the video settings.
But then it still says 640 by 480, and it won't let me change it.
Oh.
So I think that's like super weird. But then if I go to balance,
I think it changed.
Now
I think
it changed. 1280 by 720.
I think it changed just now. Yeah, you look. Yeah, you look better now.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Woo, technology.
Technology.
Yeah, so I feel like keeping it on balanced actually makes it look better than.
Yeah, keep it that way. Keep it that way.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry for the derail there.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. There we go. But yeah, you were answering that one question.
Yes. So the question was, do you find it weird or annoying to hear yourself in games? And I think it's kind of cool, to be honest. Like, one of my favorite things is getting to main myself in a game. So, for example, when Kuki Shinobu was first released in Genshin, people thought she was not very good overall because in the metagame at that time, she was just not considered super useful in a team because it's like, okay, you have like this electric healer, but she kind of like just didn't fit in. I guess if you wanted to do like an electro charged or something like that, but everyone was saying, I think she's going to be good when Dendro eventually gets released. Dendro had been teased in the game for a while, so people knew it was coming. And then I feel like when Sumeru came out and Dendro was released, you have like characters like Nahida and Alhaitham, which I think have great synergy with Shinobu. I mean, I don't know what things are like now because I haven't played in a while, but at least like around the time that I stopped playing, it was she was really, really good because of the Hyper Bloom mechanic they introduced, and she was considered one of the best like Hyper Bloom conductors or whatever. Obviously, like if you had Raiden Shogun or something, then it's like sure, but because she was a 4-star character, she was way more accessible to a lot of people because sometimes you just need those solid support units. So I actually, I don't want to get on a tangent here, but I talk about this in the gacha game voice acting class that I teach sometimes, how sometimes, like, everyone wants to be a 5-star DPS unit.
Right.
Because if you voice a 5-star DPS, you're going to be a popular character. But the thing is, people have to pick and choose DPS unless they just have unlimited financial resources to spend on these games. So it's like, you decide, okay, and you kind of have to build your team around that 5-star unit. So, like, you decide, for example, like, okay, I don't know, like, say I wanted to build a team around Alhaitham. So it's like, okay, well, I have to specifically choose to save for Alhaitham. And then if other 5-star DPS units came out around that time, sometimes I skipped them because it's like, well, I spent on Alhaitham or whatever. So, but if you're one of the support units, so like, an adjacent example I feel like in Star Rail is like Asta. Like, a lot of teams are like, oh, use Asta because she's like good for like supporting your team, and she's really easily accessible. Like, a lot of people have her at E6 without even trying, like I do. So sometimes being like a good 4-star support unit, or especially a healer, because you almost always need a healer, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I do, because I die all the time. I rush in and I'm always like dying. So being like a 4-star healer that a lot of people can access is actually like a really good place to be in. But that is beside the question. So going back, basically I was saying that I like to main my character in games. So especially fighting games, which is like, I used to play a lot of fighting games. That's another thing that's kind of like a time sink. So I haven't played in a while. But just like being able to play as my character, I think is so cool. I think... yeah, most people do find it really, really cool to hear themselves in a game. I think the times when it can start to feel not as cool is if I feel like I've improved a lot as an actor since something I did, or like I was trying a new character type that was not in my wheelhouse as much, and I just feel like, man, if I could go back and redo that, I'm so much of a better actor now. So one example that I will give for that is Nier. And of course, I adore Nier. I loved working on Nier. The team put so much love and care into it. So like, me saying that sometimes it's like hard for me to listen to my performance, and that is not in any way critical of anyone besides myself. But despite all the great guidance from the teams and the directors and everybody, I just wasn't, at the time that I was cast in like 2017, I wasn't used to playing characters of that archetype. And so it was really challenging for me, because it's like, okay, you have with characters who don't outwardly show a lot of their emotion, it's like you have this limited window for which to express it. So I feel like sometimes it was hard for me to play that subtlety, because I came from playing characters like Hyoko and Danganronpa that were just very big and over the top and loud, and Izumo and Blue Exorcist, who was like classic tsundere and stuff like that. So, and a perfect example with Blue Exorcist is how recently when we got to do Shimane Illuminati Saga, and you see Izumo's backstory and all the trauma she went through, that was stuff that was like way, way more nuanced acting than just the kind of I'm a bully and standoffish energy she had in like season 1.
Yeah.
So I was really proud to get to do that and show how I've grown as an actor. But,
nice.
It's been nice that Nier has had all these crossovers. So I've gotten to revisit to be, especially getting to, so I would say, like, if you played the game and regardless of what you thought of the performance in the game, watch the anime, because at this point we all have had years more experience. Everyone in the cast is like, knows their characters so much better because we've spent so much time with them. And it's just like, I feel like it's a night and day difference in terms of...
oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, of course the character still is who she is, but I feel like I tried so hard to bring a lot more of like those subtle nuances, because now that I'm more experienced as a performer, I've played a lot more characters like that. I feel like, okay, I can really like dial in those underlying emotions while maintaining her surface, like, she's cool, she's unbothered,
Yeah. Hashtag unbothered.
Really, yeah, exactly.
Well, that's really cool, and I do have the anime on my watch list.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll probably start it like the next week or two. So I'm really looking forward to it.
TLDR for that question is, I think it's like, for most actors, it's like really, I mean, every once in a while you hear about someone who just can't hear themselves in something, but I feel like you get over that pretty quickly when you do this for a living, because we're always having to record and edit auditions like every day pretty much, and we're always having to like, you know, when you're in the booth and you do a session, like they have to play back sometimes to check for timing, so you get really used to hearing yourself and you get desensitized to that. But it's, you know, it can be easy to be critical when you hear a performance you did, especially if it's something that you did a long time ago or you did without like having all the context, because sometimes that's just the reality of working on games, for example, is we don't know what it's going to look like. We don't always get to hear the original language performance, or, you know, sometimes maybe like the clients won't even give the director a lot of context to be able to give us, or, you know, just things like that. That's not about any specific project. It's just a thing that can happen. So there's a lot of things that go into it.
Gotcha. All right, well, that was a very good answer and an insanely good answer. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I can like go on all day about some of this stuff, right?
No, you're good. Like I said, this is exactly what I wanted. So thank you. All right, so that's gonna be the end of the audience interaction segment. So thank you, chat, for providing such thought-provoking questions. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much. And now it's time to move on to a segment. I don't have a proper title for this yet, so you're gonna have to bear with me. For now, I like to refer to this segment as you think you can do this shit better than me? Well, okay, then I'd like to see you try. Go ahead. And this part is where you're now the host. Now you get to ask me 3 questions. What 3 questions do you have for me? Go.
Okay, so my first question is, what was your inspiration to become a VTuber?
What? Oh my god. Basically same as you. I didn't want to be in front of the fucking webcam.
Right? And then like have to do your hair and makeup and worry about people looking at you or judging you or your room, or, you know, I'm like,
exactly. That was it. Well, I mean, it was that, and then also the fact that like at around because I started working on my model in like late 2020, because I was like, well, I want to, you know, fucking COVID is happening and everyone is like locked inside. Like I want to get back into streaming, because I used to stream like very casually before I moved in with my partner. But it was like very, very casually. And I was like, I want to
also, your stream just gave me a Taco Bell ad, so I'm like, it knows.
Oh, hell yeah. I had Taco Bell like the other night, actually.
So mine, the one near me, is always out of Baja freezes, and it makes me so mad. Like literally 80% of the time I go, they're like, "Oh, sorry, we don't have freezes. Our freeze machine is down.
The
We're
freeze
out of
machine
the
broke.
syrup for the Baja." Yeah,
that
it's like
sucks.
the McDonald's like ice cream machine broke meme. Like,
I can't believe
it's
this.
Ridiculous. Mm-hmm.
That sucks. Oh,
and I actually like wrote to them about, like, you know, I will not be a Karen to employees, but I'm like, to a faceless corporation, I will write in and be like, hey, it's not really acceptable that this location is out 80% of the time.
Oh
so
my god, did they get back to you?
Give your manager more? No, they did not. They don't care.
How long ago was that?
It was like 2 weeks ago.
Maybe you should try calling next time. See what happens.
Everything now is like talk to our chat.
Oh,
GPT
you're
bot.
right. I hate that shit. I hate that so much.
And then the bot will be like, I'm sorry to hear that we were out of some of your freezes. Have you tried our other wonderful menu items like sodas? And I'm like, well, the app upcharges me at like $1.25 to get the freeze instead of a soda in my combo. So
no thanks.
Unless you want to refund me that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take away the disappointment. You can't refund my disappointment.
It doesn't take away the disappointment. You can't refund disappointment. Words to live by, truly. But anyway, the reason why I bring up 2020 is because 2020 is also the time when VTubers, the current VTuber, like, I don't want to call it a bubble, but like when everything started to blow up, when VTubers started to blow up, so the search that has been going on since then started like around 2020, and I started like looking into it, and at first I was like you, I was like, oh, how much does it cost to make to get a 2D a model done? Oh, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, shit that I do not have on hand for something that I want to do like casually. then no thanks. That's not gonna be me. But then when V-Word Studio was released, that became like a godsend, because back in 2020 it was very, very rough. When I was like showing you the process of me like putting together your model, that was extremely streamlined compared to like how things used to be before.
I bet.
It used to be so rough, but even back then I was like, well, if I want to be a VTuber, this is for little to no budget, this is like my best shot. So I went for it. And I just, learned how to use it. I tried to learn the ins and outs of it as best as I could. And at first I was I had a model that was basically like an enemy version of what I think I look like in real life.
I remember that model.
Yeah, and that one was still like pretty rough. But then in when was it? Late 2023 was when like I guess like a little like light bulb went off inside my head. And it kind of, because that's when the current state of VTubing was like VTubing was what it is right now.
Right.
And I just saw so many like different designs of VTubers and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, like it finally hit me. A VTuber doesn't need to be like an extension of you and what you look like. A VTuber can also just straight up be an OC. And that's,
I'm not a cow in real life.
and that's when I discovered Babiniku VTubers, and that's for those of you who might not know, Babiniku is Japanese slang for someone who streams or makes videos with a female avatar, but like doesn't hide the fact that like they're male or male presenting in real life, which is why I don't use a voice changer for what I'm doing, because I'm streaming with my OC. I'm not streaming as my OC. I'm streaming with my OC. So I was like, yeah, you know what?
I was trying to figure out what that meant, and Niku can mean meat. So that was the only thing I thought of.
It's a shortening for let me see if I can find it, because it's like a whole phrase. Man, where the hell did it go? It's short. Babiniku is short for virtual Bishoujo self Juniku. So Babiniku. That's how, or virtual Bishoujo Juniku. But yeah, that's how they shorten it to Babiniku.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, and I've been feeling like I've been like more creative since I switched from being like a regular male VTuber to switching to being like a Babiniku VTuber. Yeah, because like first like seeing like people's reactions to it, it's like, oh, I did not expect that voice to come out of that character. I'm like, yeah, what's up, bro? That's been really fun. And then ever since I switched to streaming with this OC, like I've been just like been really inspired to come up with like a bunch of different outfits. Like when I stream Marvel Rivals, I have this outfit because Venom is my main tank.
Nice.
And not just that, if you notice, I also have like chompers, like see, I gave myself fangs. And then So fun fact. So this is this outfit was not made by me. It was made by shit. Who the fuck was it? Damn it. Oh, it was made by Fox Corp on Booth, which is the site that I also use to get your assets and put together your model. But the mask and the way that like I can blink while I have the mask on, I did that myself.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm very, very proud of that. And then I also have obviously like my regular outfit. This is my normal outfit when I when I started using my 2.0 model, because I've never had a debut. And then I also have this outfit. I don't know why I made it, but I gotta like a mall goth outfit, kind of, sorta. I don't know what you would call this. And then the outfit that I was wearing by mistake for like half the show earlier, my like space themed outfit that I like a lot.
I do. That's my favorite.
Yeah, me too. That's why, because normally like this would be like my normal outfit, and then when I put this one together, I was like, I think I'll keep this one on. And then obviously, where was it? Where did I put it? And then my talk show outfit. There you go. So I tried to put different outfits together, either when I'm playing a game that I really, really like, or when I'm playing or when I'm playing something during like a specific season or holiday.
I remember we did a Halloween outfit for me one year.
Did you ever use it?
Yeah, because I remember we did like, it was the exploring in Inazuma, but like that underground area. Why am I blanking on what it was called? But the little creepy like area underneath, basically. I'm like, Allah will know. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
But I remember that's what I used it for.
Gotcha. Last one that I'm gonna show for now, because I have like so many fucking outfits. But where the hell did it go? When I recently have been playing through Persona 5 Royal. I'm almost done with it. But when I started streaming it, I had this outfit, which is like the school outfit. Right? And then whenever I was out of the real world and I was doing like Phantom Thief stuff, I would switch to this outfit, which is this actually like an original like Phantom Thief design that I put together from like
that looks cool.
Yeah,
I mean, you've always been into Persona ever since I first met you.
Yeah. So I did that. And I'm going to be doing something similar when I eventually play Persona 3 and Persona 4 on stream. But that's something for another day. That's not for right now. So I'm going to switch back to my host outfit. There we go. But that was my thing about being a VTuber that you asked. And that was only the first question, baby. Let's
See
go.
what I mean?
Yeah. All right. What's your second question?
My second question is, because I know we talked earlier, for example, about how like one of my biggest goals as a VTuber is to do a convention appearance.
Yeah.
What would be like if you could have any opportunity as a VTuber tomorrow? What would it be?
I'd probably do a partnered Monster Hunter stream with Capcom.
Yo, that would be so cool.
I would love to do anything official with Monster Hunter in any way, shape, or form. Even if it's like, hey, can you send us a PNG of your model so we can just slap it on a tweet that maybe like 10 people will see? I'd be like, yes, anything you want, please. I'm on my knees. I'm on my hands and knees. Yeah, if I can ever do anything like official with Capcom, that's like one of my biggest like dreams as like a streamer.
That would be so cool. I am manifesting that for you.
Oh, thank you. I guess I'll just have to keep playing Monster Hunter until something happens, huh?
Yeah, and see if you encounter me in the world at all. I'm some of the generic female NPCs you'll encounter.
I've been keeping my ears open for that, honestly. But when I do hear you, you better believe that I'll message you immediately. It's like, oh, I think I heard you in this town and blah, 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 all that stuff.
It pretty much just sounds like me normally, because obviously when you're doing something that could be reused for a lot of characters, you don't want it to stick out too much. So I think this just is very like normal voice. Okay.
That makes sense. But yeah, like I said, I'll keep it in
Ella might have already heard me. That's so wild.
That's Monster Hunter wild.
I just think the Palicos are so adorable. I can't get over it.
I love the Palicos, and I'm glad that they finally like speak normally.
Oh, see, I want them to just meow. But I think there's an option for that.
Yeah, there's always been an option for that. Yeah.
I wanted so bad to be a Palico, not gonna lie. I mean, I was like one that you hear in the trailer as it like run past like one of the ones in the trailer, but not in the actual game.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Someday, okay, that'll be a goal for me.
Maybe someday.
The next game, like, I I just want to meow because I meow all the time in Pokemon Horizons.
Yeah.
Like that was like boot camp for, because I was always like, I've grown up with cats. I can meow all day. And then you realize, oh, this is really hard, especially the battle stuff.
Oh, damn. I don't like the Palicos speaking the King's English. Well, too bad, because this is the future that you live in now. This is reality. This is reality now. And you have to live with it.
Nah, I'm kind of with them on that.
No! Damn it!
But that's why they have the options, because sometimes we just want our cute little meow meow companion.
That's true. That's just sometimes we do want our little meow meows. Let me get rid of those black bars that suddenly showed up. There we go.
No, yeah. Well, how did that appear?
It's
it was another enemy stand.
It was the enemy stand. Oh no, he came back. There he is. He's been there the whole time.
It's like Notorious B.I.G. from JoJo Part 5.
The enemy stand, yeah. Okay, so that was question 2. What's question 3?
Tell us about your cats. I know you told us about Moxie a little bit already, but I just love to like hear about your cat's personalities.
Well, Moxie is the one that we currently live in right now, and my partner actually went to the shelter and picked her out. When we lived with my partner's parents, because it was like a big house, we had 2 more cats. The orange one, the orange boy cat was Frankie. And then we have a tuxedo cat.
Is he named after One Piece?
Actually, no, because those the other cats are my partner's parents' cats.
Right.
Yeah. So they just.
You never know. They could be One Piece fans.
That's it. If it was God, if it were up to me, you better believe I would have tried to snuck in one of those, but no, unfortunately, no. So the orange boy cat was Frankie, and then a tuxedo cat named Nico.
Aww.
And they're both boys. And when we lived there, Moxie mainly stuck to my partner's room, because obviously, that's where Moxie's food and litter box and water are. But sometimes she would come out and hang out around the second floor. But God forbid she ran into like one of the boy cats. If she even saw a boy cat, it was on fucking sight with him.
That reminds me of Big Boss, who lives in our neighborhood and used to come to our place. Like, he hated male cats. He was so mean to Cowbell even, and we think he's related to Cowbell.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. It's insane. But yeah, Moxie hates boy cats. She will not stand the sight of a male cat anywhere near her. She also just overall, I think, just doesn't like men in general, because when we first got her, she was a queen shit. She used to be like a little like apprehensive around me when we first got her, but like eventually, I mean, because we shared a living space. She eventually, got warmed up to me. She likes me. Like, she'll let me pet her. She'll let me pick her up. She'll, just do whatever. Sometimes when I'm on my computer here, she'll come up to me and start meowing at me because she wants me to pet her and give her cuddles, or just give her attention in general. But she absolutely fucking adores my partner. She'll climb up on top of them. And she's also like fine when she meets like women, like for the first time. But if there's a man nearby, then it takes a while for her to like not warm up, but like accept that there's a man nearby, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Yeah. So that's Moxie, but she's our baby, and I love her with all my heart, and I love going up to her and being like, Moxie, I love you, he's my baby, I love Moxie, talking to her like that.
We love cats for all their quirks and everything.
That's true. You're so right. So that's Moxie, and I love Moxie. Oh, now I don't remember if I mentioned it, but Moxie is a calico cat.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a calico.
So cute.
She's very cute and very fluffy. And even though that she's like a fully grown cat, when she meows, she sounds like a little kitten.
I love that when they still keep their baby voices. Like
yeah,
Mina just screeches. Mina's our little panther. She's like.
Oh, Discord completely like like the noise canceling went hard at like.
Oh no!
On you like that.
She just screams. She has this little high pitch, like it's like a screech. That's the best way I can think of to describe it. So it's loud, but just very high pitched.
Okay. Sometimes Moxie will scream at us, but that's like if she wants either food or attention.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been very stuck for attention recently because she's been screaming at us for like the past 2 days.
Oh,
yeah.
It's so interesting how cats are. I mean, because like Siler, for example, is 100% food motivated. Like that is what he lives for. That is all he cares about, and it has to be people food. Whereas Cupcake is churro motivated. So she will do anything for a churro, and it's the way that we were able to even pet her in the first place, was just bribing her with churros. Like, okay, your pet, you get a churro. And then eventually she started allowing herself to be pet even without a churro afterwards.
Moxie's a little fucking freak. She's the only cat I've ever seen that does not care about churros.
Wow.
Like she doesn't like care in general for like wet food.
Really?
We have tried like a bunch of times to give her wet food, and she just like, the most that we'll get is like she'll like smell it for a little bit and maybe give it like a couple licks and then just walk away from it.
That is wild. I mean, Cowbell is very like dry food. Like he prefers dry food. I think part of it is because he just comes in at his leisure, and then the other cats have eaten the wet food, so he just got accustomed to having the dry. But every single cat we have likes churros. I mean, Siler's not as motivated by churros because he is obsessed with human food, but he will still have them. I've never met a cat that was like, I don't want them.
Yeah, it's weird. Like every single time that she does it, we're like, oh, you're a little freak, Moxie. Because it's like, what kind of cat just doesn't care for wet food? But that's okay. I guess I still love her a lot with all my heart. So it's fine.
Yes, all cats are baby.
True. ACAB, all cats are babies.
Exactly.
All right. Now it is time for the final segment of the show. Are you ready for this? I almost said Moxie. Are you ready for this, Josie?
I am ready.
Okay. So the final segment of the show is always a conversation topic that the guest picks. And for tonight, you wanted to talk about
Pokemon Go.
All right. So what do you have to say about Pokemon Go? What do you need to speak on regarding Pokemon Go?
So the shiny rates on the Kyurem for Go Fest this weekend were abysmal. And I thought it was just me. And then I was talking to other people who were at the meetup today, and they were like, yeah, some of them had done like 50, 60 raids and still didn't get a shiny.
Holy shit.
And my shiny luck with Kyurem in particular has just been so bad, because the first time it came around with the shiny available, I did not get a shiny. Like I kept trying and it just didn't happen. So then when it came back around shiny a second time, I was like, okay, this time I'm going to go hard on it. And I did so many raids. I don't know how many, but like I got 2 hundos before I got my first shiny. Like how rare is that? Like getting 2 hundos. Oh, when you get one with perfect stats.
See, there you go, chat. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
You get one with perfect stats.
So it's just like so crazy. And then this time around, none at all. And I had to do so many because for the fusion energy, to fuse it with the Reshiram or the Zekrom, you have to like get so much fusion energy, so you're basically forced to spend real money on raid passes.
Right.
So I did that, and I still did not get any more shinies. And
oh my god.
Ideally, I would have liked to get 2, so that I can have shiny fusions of both the Reshiram and the Zekrom,
right.
And then also keep 1 regular Kyurem shiny as is, but that didn't happen, so
I bet you anything.
I
bet you anything, if I had been there today, I would have gotten one.
Probably. I mean, some people got lucky, but it was interesting to hear, because I'm like, why did I have such bad luck? And then other people are like, no, the shiny rates just seem really bad for this Pokemon in particular.
Damn. Well, that's weird. I wonder why that happened. I wonder if somebody messed with something in the back end or something of the programming.
I don't know, but I feel like sometimes too, certain Pokemon have boosted shiny rates for like specific events. So you would imagine, okay, this event is all about Kyurem. You'd think maybe it would have better shiny odds, but it certainly did not.
Oh wow.
That or I was just really unlucky, but I did hatch that shiny Bouffalot, and that
there you go. So that's something. That's it's better than nothing. So as I like to say, we take those. We super hella take those.
Also, I don't know why I'm like so cross-eyed randomly. It's that's something I have been wanting to fix for a long time, and I just don't
honestly
know why.
look fine. It doesn't look cross-eyed to me.
Well, it goes in and out. It's definitely definitely had some moments.
Okay. Let's see. How long have you been playing Pokemon Go?
Since it came out, which I believe was 2016.
God.
So
it's been that long now?
9 years. Isn't that crazy? So I remember we were talking about it today at the event at some of like the really early Pokemon Go times when it was super hard to get water Pokemon if you didn't live by the water.
Oh,
and
I remember
Pokemon
that.
Is Gyarados. Yeah. So people would have to go to the Santa Monica Pier, which is like quite a trek.
Yeah.
Because, in Southern California, it's like, even if things aren't far on the map, the traffic is always so horrible here that everything is far just because you'll be, stuck on the freeways forever. So you would have to go and try, and you needed 400 Magikarp candies to evolve a Gyarados.
Oh, I remember
that. But now you
that.
can get Magikarp more easily. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember having to, I actually went through that shit. It sucked. I hated it.
Yeah, exactly. That is good luck finding the park. You have to pay for parking, and it was just like, so people would carpool sometimes. They would just try to get a big group and go out there. And now, thankfully, I don't have to do that, but I do travel all over the country as part of my job, obviously doing conventions. And so I've gotten some cool finds. I did this convention in South Texas that was 8 miles from the border of Mexico.
Right.
So I managed to get a Holocha to spawn. And
nice.
That's so hard to get because it's regional.
Right.
And then, of course, I was born and raised in Alaska. My family still lives there, and we have Pachirisu as our region exclusive Pokemon. So I'm always able to stock up on Pachirisu whenever I go back and trade that with people. I needed Sigilif for the longest time because it was exclusive to Egypt, right? So it's unless I'm going to go try to find Dio, when am I ever going to go to Egypt? So I had to, I just bought the egg research, the $5 egg research. So I was able to you get 2 guaranteed encounters with that.
Oh.
Neither of mine were shiny, they could be shiny, but I did trade with somebody to get a shiny earlier today.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That's nice. I'm glad that you were able to get one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is the one that you felt like you had to work the hardest to get?
Oh, I mean, certain legendaries I had a really difficult time with because just for whatever reason the shinies would not drop for me. The Kyurem I mentioned was just horrendous, and then also Ho-Oh. It's weird because I got 2 or 3 shiny Lugia, and I feel like I went harder on the Ho-Oh raids. Rayquaza was another one that just eluded me for so long, and
my God.
I used remote passes, I used premium passes, just raided and raided and raided, and no. I mean, the nice thing is, so some people don't know this. If you do a legendary raid and you have a shiny encounter, it's a guaranteed catch. So you don't have to worry about using your golden Razzes or anything like that. You can literally just Pineapple it.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not going to run away from you if it's in a raid.
I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Yeah. So somebody earlier suggested Silver Pineapple because they said it gives you more candies. So, just make sure you don't need to waste your golden raspberries if you get a shiny legendary raid encounter. But
right.
I do I'm pretty hardcore on shiny hunting. Not as much as some people, but I do raid hour every Wednesday. So every Wednesday from 6 to 7 is when raid hour happens, if anyone didn't know. And so like a lot of the gyms will just spawn with whatever the legendary encounter is for that week or that 2-week period. So then people will go, like, you know, wherever you're based, you can probably find a local meetup unless you're in a super rural area of people who will go to do the raids. And now there's remote raiding, so there's a lot of options. I mean, remote raiding, you kind of have to spend money, which is unfortunate. But so usually, like, I go with a group who will all just do, you know, we'll do like the 4 raids or whatever and try to get a shiny. And we even do this thing where we like count down together to try to like be like, oh, we'll have good luck and we'll get a shiny, right?
Yeah.
And so I've gotten a lot of my shinies, like my shiny legendaries, that way. But you really do have to kind of, like, if there's one you want, sometimes you're just going to be grinding and you're like, do I want to sink in more? It's like the sunk cost thing, like with the Curums this time, or do I wait for it to come back around? And after like my 25th or whatever Curum raid this weekend, I was just like, I don't want to spend any more on raid passes.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I too would probably start feeling that way.
Yeah.
Eliza said, I lived in a town on the waterfront at the time, and the brain was completely choked with people, and there was even street vendors blasting Pokemon music. Holy shit.
Yeah, Santa Monica Pier was like that too. Like the vendors were selling hats based on what team you were and stuff. So I am Team Mystic, for anyone wondering.
What's the yellow one? Instinct.
Oh, I thought you were Valor for some reason. So many people I know are Valor.
No, I'm
Instinct is kind of the underdog. I feel like you don't see as many yellow gyms out there.
That's true. You don't. We're God's chosen people. And when we will have our day in the sun soon enough, we will rise. Anyway, shout out Team Instinct. I think the reason why I picked Team Instinct was because at the time I wasn't really like feeling the design of the leader of Team Valor.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, Spark is like my favorite of the team leaders, but I picked Mystic because a lot of people I knew up in Alaska were like, yeah, we gotta be Team Mystic up here because it's Articuno. So that just kind of made sense to me.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that they're like that the team's Pokemon are based on Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres.
Yeah, so like which some people pick based on like the legendary bird that they like the best, which Articuno is my favorite of those 3. I like them all, but I feel like Shiny Zapdos is such a shame because it looks basically identical to regular Zapdos.
Yeah, it's just like an orangey yellow.
Yeah, very slightly different yellow. And it's not like Jolteon, for example, the shiny is like a highlighter yellow. So I think if they did that with the Zapdos, it would be super cool. But you know, if you have to like basically look for the sparkles to tell whether something is shiny or not, then I'm like, I don't know, the shiny should be more distinct.
You know what shiny I hate? It's the whole Gibble evolutionary line, because they're only like 1 or 2 shades darker.
Well, it's when it evolves into a Garchomp, because so the Gibble and the Gabite, well, especially, I'm trying to remember what the shiny Gabite looks like.
Yeah, those ones are like,
it's like bright blue and yellow.
Oh,
and that's
you're right,
really cool.
You're right.
And
yeah,
when it evolves into the Garchomp,
it's the Garchomp.
Like a weird, like,
that's
paler blue almost. So that's also a bummer when you have some that have like a really cool initial shiny, and then when they evolve, because I feel that way about Ponyta and Rapidash. It took me so long to get shiny Ponyta until there was an event for it, and it has blue flames.
I really like that. I think that's really cool.
Right, but then it evolves into Rapidash and they turn like grayish white, which again, it's still cool, but I'm like, if it kept the blue flames, I think that would have been.
I agree.
superior.
Yeah, the blue flames are kind of goated, I fear.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had a shiny Larvitar. Been a while. You're gonna send that to me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I don't even remember what shiny Larvitar looks like.
It's like a brighter, like greenish and purple. Like I feel like the colors are more vibrant for the shiny.
Ah, okay. All right, good shit. Let's see. What else about Pokemon Go? What level are you at right now?
I believe I'm at level 46 out of 50. And the thing for anyone who doesn't know is the levels scale exponentially. So when you first start the game, you level up so quickly. Like I feel like you could get to level, past level 10 in your first day or whatever if you are playing a lot. But then over time, it's like the experience needed just goes up and up and up. So you can stay on one level for a year easily, even as a very active player.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And now they have tasks you have to do, like past level 4. Because originally it was like level 40. That's why you get a level 40 legacy badge, which
I remember that.
Yeah. And then they upped it to 50 because so many people hit level 40 and they're like, well, now what do I do? So they made it even harder. Like now you have to complete certain secondary quests as well.
Oh my God.
Like for this one, like for when I get to level, I think 47, I think it is, I have to complete prerequisites like power up 3 Pokemon to their max possible level, which is like a lot of candy and Stardust resources. So I finally finished that today. I did like my Gyarados. I did like a shiny Slowking because I had a lot of Slowpoke candy. And then I did it with my Hundo Kyurem today. But
nice.
It just takes so many resources to do that. And then there was another one that was like the one that was the most horrible that I think everyone collectively agrees was like the beat or like win 20 battles in the Great League, 20 battles in the Ultra League, and 20 battles in the Max League. And it's like, so you can't even just go in with like 3 Magikarp and just let somebody beat you because you have to win it for it to count. But then my friend, I forget what levels he's on, he has to do 50 lucky trades.
Oh my God.
So it's intense.
That's insane. It's like they were like running out of ideas and it's like, quick, what's like the most annoying shit you can think of? And then just add that. You know? Jesus.
Seriously, yeah. And I feel the same way about some of the Team Rocket quests where it's just like endlessly fighting the grunts over and over again. And then if you fight a leader, it doesn't count as beating one of the grunts.
What?
So you could beat like Cliff, who's the hardest one, but if it's like, but no, it says beat 6 grunts, not 6 leaders.
Oh my
so
God.
Too bad. Waste your rocket radar.
Oh,
and then it
no.
doesn't count for anything. And then you have to like just wait for more grunts. So it's like,
that sucks. That sucks so much. I can't believe this. Well, at least you get your shinies or something. I don't know. I hope that you got your shinies.
Yeah.
I hope that I can do this month's community day. I need to look up when it's gonna happen.
I think it's next weekend. And I think it's Fake Coco.
Oh. I might try. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try. I'll keep you updated. Oh wait, no. Didn't you have like a convention next weekend?
No, not next weekend.
Okay.
I have 3 cons in a row, but they're like later this month.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. We'll see if we can figure something out then. So I'll definitely hit you up if I can do that.
Great.
Yeah, because I was like, I always like going out and doing community day whenever I can, and when you're in town and you're not at a convention, basically when the planets align, you know.
But I mean, people always come out for community days and raid days and stuff. So it's like even if I'm not there, like today, for example, none of my friends were able to make it because they all had other stuff going on or they were going to a different location to play.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people who came out for it.
Okay. Let's see. How rid of the grunts that challenge
with
you?
just random people.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. What time is it? Okay. Wow, we did really good time. Is there anything else that you specifically wish to talk about regarding Pokemon Go before we call it?
What was your shiny or legendary encounter you were most proud of, or regional, or basically anything rare?
For me, I think it may have been the what's it called? You were actually there for it when we went to raid and get a for a Guzzlord, and nobody got it except me.
Yeah.
That one felt really good. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
sometimes you get the luck.
Yeah, it was like who got the Guzzlord? Who got the shiny Guzzlord? I didn't. And then like at the end, I'm like, I did, and then like everyone turned around. Oh, that felt good. What felt extra good about that was the fact that like I hadn't played Pokemon Go in a while.
Yeah, so then to get a shiny encounter when it's been a while is something.
That felt so good. I don't even remember what community day it was. I just remember that like I got that and it was awesome. So yeah, so I'm super happy about that Guzzlord that I got that one time.
I bet Aiden was jealous because he loves Guzzlord.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think he's got a shiny at this point, but
okay.
I can't remember how long it took.
Okay. Okay. Was there anything else that you wanted to talk about regarding Pokemon Go before we call it a night here?
Really?
Not really? Okay. What about something that you would like to plug?
I guess just my channel, because I'm hoping to come back soon.
Do you know what you might stream when you come back, or are you gonna go back to Genshin?
Well, I don't know when I would be able to go back to Genshin. It's a problem. So I probably want to do some Guilty Gear, but I do want to try that Scarlet and Violet DLC at some point, or maybe Infinity Nikki.
Yeah.
So,
that sounds really fun, honestly. That sounds really fun.
So I think probably one of those three.
Hell yeah.
Things.
Well, I hope that...
It's so funny because I literally saw somebody on my list playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure, because that's a real thing.
Yeah.
It was a thing that like South Park fans would meme on for years, but I just think it was funny that...
That's awesome.
Like,
and
no, it's real now.
It's got dailies. I have friends that are like, oh, I have to log in and do my dailies on Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Well, that's cool. I just gave you a shout out in my chat.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here tonight, and I appreciate you for being here tonight.
I appreciate you for having me.
Oh, we should try to collab again sometime soon.
I know.
Right?
I gotta do a cow lab with some of the fellow Moo Moo Milk members at some point too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you again for making the time to be here tonight. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you, Chad, for being here tonight. I appreciate you a lot.
Chat.
Yeah. And that's gonna be it for us tonight. If you came in maybe halfway through or in the last, I don't know, 20 or so minutes, I will be putting up the VOD of this of this talk show on YouTube this upcoming Friday at 9 a.m. That's the day that every single one of my talk shows goes live, like the following Friday. And I will obviously be posting it on social media so that everyone can see that on there too. But yeah, that's gonna be it for us tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, and a very special thank you to everyone who participated, or to everyone who asked a question during the audience interaction part of the show. Even if your question wasn't picked, I still appreciate you guys
yes, we
typing a
appreciate
question.
our community.
Yeah, shout out to the community once again. Hashtag the time is cow. Well, that's gonna do it for us tonight. Thank you all so much.
Thank Moo.
Thank you, yeah. That's gonna be it for us tonight. I hope that y'all have a good one. Remember to take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you next time.
Stay hydrated, cow check.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'm gonna do after that.
All right, have a good one, y'all. Bye.